been gone for 4 days watching softball. Now I'm scrambling to play catch up and see what we got going on where. We got a lot of pigweeds coming right there. Morning. Welcome to Tuesday. Hey, look at that. The sunflowers are coming along. Bottom half of the field where the stubble is, where we did till. I was going to say we no-tilled it into wheat, but it's got wheat stubble on the one half of the field. The other half of the field was bare. Where the stubble is, the stand is twice as good. Just thought I'd point that out. But yeah, we left Friday morning for a big tournament over in Kansas. To say I am proud of them girls would be an understatement. That was amazing. Them girls went in as the 7 seed. Final results tied for 3rd, and teams 1 and 2, I can make an argument, shouldn't have been in our division. They should have been up a division, but that's neither here nor there. Them girls worked their asses off in 90+ degree heat on fields that were solid turf, and the infield at these fields is a dark maroon. It smelled like hot rubber the entire weekend. And my daughter, being a catcher, is the one that's stationary, where all the other girls kind of move around, keep your feet moving. Her feet were on fire every game. But them girls, they worked their asses off. Didn't come home with the championship, but came home with 3rd when they went in ranked 7th. That's a pretty damn good weekend. That wrapped up Sunday afternoon, and then, to my daughter's surprise, we headed straight to northern Colorado up by Fort Collins, Loveland area, because yesterday she had a softball camp with a professional softball team. So the Oklahoma City Sparks, which is full of NCAA players from like 2 years ago, my daughter knows them all because of how much softball she watches. She got to have a 2-hour clinic with some of these amazing women. And to say she had fun is an understatement. That was really cool to see. But we're finally home, which I'm like, thank God. I like being here. I don't like going around. I want to be home. I want to be on the farm. So we're back to farming. I could listen to that electrician all day. Holy cow. If you've never listened to his channel, go check it out. A lot of cool World War II history stuff, and I can listen to World War II stuff all day. Here is today's big project, getting the oats baled off. Cameron came over yesterday, baled the ends. Now we got the whole field to go. Windrows are too big to double, so it's going to be a slow process picking up singles. We can't start that now, though, because too high humidity. So I think Cameron and I are going to get some manure equipment moved around and placed. If you remember last week, we tried to haul some manure, and we basically just wasted a lot of time because we were having to sit and wait on a loader. We're not doing that this week. We're moving one of our loaders over there. So Thursday, Cameron got our older loader all cleaned up, greased up, ready to go. And then Friday, when I was gone, he was supposed to get that loader moved, make sure both trucks were ready to go. I don't know what the hell he did all day while I was gone. It's like that old saying goes, when the adults are away, the kids will play. And when the adults were away, nothing got done. Kids these days, I tell you what. I'm kidding. He got stuck baling hay. First cutting is officially done. And I cannot tell you the last time we had first cutting done before the 4th of July. Normally that's kind of a 4th of July tradition, as we are scrambling on the 4th to get first cutting all baled and picked up so we can take the day off. This is weird. But yeah, he got the last 60 acres baled up, and then because we were short on people, also got put on the pickup crew. So that's why he never did anything. Okay, Cameron's gonna head over with the loader and get these two checked over and running. Hood first, about went straight to the key. And in typical fashion around here, change plans. Well, kinda. I mean, I knew there was a wrench in the plan. It just happened sooner and more violently than I expected. We don't have a rake crew. I wasn't planning on raking those oats, but Cameron said they kind of blew. I'm like, all right, let's deal with some monster windrows in places as opposed to chasing around pieces of rows. So we're gonna go rake, but we don't have a rake crew, so I'm the rake crew. Basically, I'm the rake crew because everybody else is busy. They don't need to stop what they're doing to mess with us. Hector and Hector are working on some improvements to the corrals. Mornings are cooler. This is a good time to work on that. Bart is still working on the VT, and he's using Aaron to help him with that. We decided to just do all the wheel bearings and all the walking tandems. Just while we're working on it, let's just go through it all, replace everything, then we're good for a while. Again, that doesn't fit in the shed, so work on it in the mornings when it's cooler. Cameron and I were going to haul manure. Not a big deal. We knew at some point we had to stop to do the baling. I wasn't going to rake because I was worried the windrows are going to be too big, but Cameron said it blew, so we'd be picking up a lot of scrap. So I said, all right, big windrows it is. Only some areas the windrows are going to be too big. For the most part, it's going to be okay. The absolute funniest part, though, was last night I got home early enough, met up at the shop for the little meeting of the minds, as we call it, figuring out the plan for today. And I told Platoon, all right, we're going to take loader over first thing, so that way we're ready to haul manure. And then he immediately pivoted, started talking to Justin about cattle. To Cameron, I go, I'm going to consider that, and him saying, okay, you do that. Cameron and I get to the feedlot with the loader this morning. I'm already over there to pick him up, and he calls, hey, take that loader to the one hay shed. They're coming to get a load of bales. And I go, well, you better feed faster because you got to use yours because this loader is already over at the feedlot and it's going to stay there for a couple of weeks. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, there are places out here that blew pretty bad, but man, these windrows are going to be a pain in the ass. My bigger concern, though, is spots like that and all of that. The hope was to no-till alfalfa into this in August, because around here you can plant alfalfa either the first part of April or mid to late August. I like planting in the fall. You run the risk of a dry winter killing your stand, but I feel like you have a better chance of getting a stand in the fall than the spring. It's just kind of personal preference. But the problem is we got so much stubble out here because this didn't cut worth a damn. We waited too long to swath it. It went down, dried out prematurely that way as opposed to staying upright. And now we got a mess. So, might not be able to do that idea now. I don't know what all he broke. He's been stopped for a while. I'm guessing he broke the stuffer shear bolt, which requires a little more effort than the flywheel shear bolt. I would make fun of him, but as soon as I'm done raking, I gotta get my baler to help him. And I don't want to put the bad juju on me. So I'm just gonna say I hope it's okay, little buddy. I'm not laughing at you at all. Alright, he's back up and running. Just needed to sweat off 10 pounds, get super itchy dealing with oat dust, I guess. That's one thing baling oats, I get super paranoid. Because it itches so freaking bad. I'm like, I don't want to plug it, I don't want anything to go wrong, I don't want to have to get out of my tractor. Clean that off, now I'm all itchy. Don't worry, Cameron, I'll be back. He's over there somewhere. We gotta go get a baler. So, 4 miles back to the shed to park this, and 4 miles back with a baler. Tally ho! We're slowly running out of 2024 alfalfa. He's about got the bay next to the manure spreader cleaned out, and then just that far one left, and then a big bay and a half over at another shed. God, we're never gonna run out of this stuff. These friggin' windrows are monsters. Dragging under the tractor, making a mess. Whatever. As long as that baler keeps eating it, I'm happy. Holy crap! That's gonna take a while to pick those up. There's a load or 7 out there. Not gonna lie, when I went to rake at 9, I thought no biggie. We'll be done about noon. Not quite. I'm gonna go find some lunch. I'm hungry. That is hot. I got that one. It's starting to burn. Far one a little bit, and then the fourth pile is just kind of smoldering. These are all the trees I pushed over this spring. Oh, it's getting hot. Here's the latest feedlot project. So this is normally our sick pen. Problem is, when we added these pens on, now this becomes our alley right here for moving cattle around. Well, the problem is you got to move the sick pen out of the way every time you need to move cattle. And they usually don't want to move. So I've said for a couple years, we need a stub fence along here that we can just block them off whenever we need to move cattle. Swing the gates open when we're done so they can get back to their access of water. So the far post down there will be a gate hanging that away. So the two gates over there will connect, the one that's swung in plus the new one. Then we're going to have a gate here so we can clean this pen and right through there with the other pens. And so we can get in and out right here with equipment, because that'll be kind of a pain in the ass to go up there past the tank. Yeah, one of those things we've talked about doing forever, and we're finally doing it. Basically, the way I got it done is I told Justin about it, and he goes, yes, that is a great idea. And I go, good, tell the tuna, because I've told him for 2 years. Then they poured a little bit of concrete right there to fix some holes in the slab. This is the pin we added these bunks to last summer, and so the concrete was already here, but it had been broken because it hadn't been used for 20 years, because the feed bunk used to end back there. So they dug the dirt out of there, filled those in. When you order cement from a cement truck, you got to order a couple of cubic yards, otherwise they will gouge the hell out of you on price for mixing a baby load. I mean, even this was a very small load, so I'll bet we still paid a premium. But if you can at least do like 3 or 4 yards of concrete, think of it yard by yard by yard, then the price isn't so bad. And lastly, we put a new culvert in right here. It's kind of drainage for this whole side here. You can see they did all the end right there. But we put a new culvert in sometime this winter. Now they got concrete on the end of it. So I'm pretty sure Hector, and Aaron probably all went home, because I would be gassed after doing that. Cameron just finished baling corners. Bart and Glenn still working away in the shop. That freaking fire sucked the life out of me. My face feels all burned. So obviously with all these random odd jobs, we never got back around to trucking manure. We never got around to going through the oat bales. So who knows what the hell the plan will be for tomorrow. Wow, Cameron's got the new farm looking a little prettier than when we left. He spent the weekend in the mower. It shows. There's a lot of good looking ground now. I am scrambling trying to get across as many farms as I can, just looking at them to wrap my head back around where we stand everywhere. Oh, spoke too soon. He didn't make it over here. He's got a whole corner that needs mowed here. God, slackers these days. I tell you what. Our little baby flowers. Man, these things are slow starting, but a week from now, I'll bet they're at least a foot taller. Maybe 2 foot taller. We'll find out. I always have my traditional 4th of July video, which might wind up being my next video. I don't know, we'll see how the week goes. But we'll do an in-depth look then. Okay, that hayfield needs cut. Wow, that is purple. That's the other reason I'm driving around, to see what we need to swath this week. And oh crap, we still got bales to sort in the barns. Oh, I just wanted a slow July where I could take some naps. It's not looking like that at all. I'm kidding. Mostly. We slow down, I get bored really, really fast, and then my mind wanders. I thrive in the chaos when we have 27 things that need done and only 3 guys able to do it. That's where my brain relaxes the most. Which is a terrifying thought. Alright, quick recap on this. The 4 center wheels hubs are all rebuilt, and the walking axles are all rebuilt. So the center section is done. Now we're just on the outers. These guys have been rebuilding things like crazy. As you can see, the discoloration. We took this to a machine shop because we couldn't get the shaft to come out. This is the right wing. The left wing where we just were is at that machine shop now, because same thing. We got one shaft to come out, the other one wouldn't. 2 axles rebuilt. 3 axles rebuilt. 4 axles rebuilt. So yeah, right now just kind of waiting on parts, and then again by noon, it's so friggin' hot out there. It's not productive to be out there because you're going to be stopping and taking a break so much. You're going to get nothing done. Other big shop project, rebuilding this header still. So I talked to Bart about it, and we're both going, you know what? At the time, we're going, harvest is almost over. We were waiting on parts. I go, we both had the same theory. Bart was just the one who said it, and I agreed. Let's rebuild this thing now so it's ready to go next spring. Do everything that needs done right now. So when we unhook it here, hopefully later this week, it is ready to go next April, May. And then we got the white feed truck in here. The air conditioner doesn't work in it, which, you know, no big deal. We're done feeding by 10 o'clock every day. But the passenger door, the window is electric and it quit working. That becomes a problem. I don't blame Tuna at all for that complaint, because I'm the same way. If the air conditioner doesn't work, as long as the windows work, we can figure out how to get by throughout the day. But the big problem right now is we need to get this VT finished. We need to get that chopper out of here so we can get Bart's little baler in here, because a lot of this early second cutting needs to be little baled, because we put up 0 little bales first cutting. We got a crap ton to put up second cutting. Oh, look at that. Our owl mascot is back. Good to see you, buddy. Eat more mice. But I wanted to point this out. I couldn't help but notice driving by today. You see the little white sticker below the Massey sticker? That's our farm logo. Meaning our Swather is back again. Okay, quick recap if you're new. Bought a brand new Swather this winter. Me, Bart, Glenn, Cameron, all of us lobbied in the debate between Massey and Deere. All of us lobbied the Tuna. Go with the Massey. It's a much better machine than the Deere. And then it tried to kill Cameron on day 1 when it grenaded a gearbox going down the road, a drive gearbox. Got literally towed by a heavy wrecker back to the dealership. They brought us a new one to play with. Ran it for 2 weeks, maybe more. They brought this one back. Cameron ran it for 3 days. And on day 4, when poor Junior took over, it grenaded another gearbox, but this time it was in the header, so it didn't try and kill him at least. Got towed to the dealership. They brought us another demo. This time it was a used machine, not a new machine. We ran it for so long. Eventually, bearings on it went out because Massey, in their infinite wisdom, uses cheap Chinese bearings all over that header that you have to change out every freaking cutting, and that is annoying. I understand the whole dollar savings when you look at overall, but good God, how fast them bearings wear out no matter how much grease you shove into them. That is frustrating. Anywho, we get it back like a week later, cut for a day. The gearbox that had just got replaced grenaded again. So we've had 2 breakdowns, and one of those 2 breakdowns, the gearbox went out twice. So we've had 3 breakdowns, but 2 problems type of deal. They bring us out the demo again. It goes to hell. They bring us another demo. And then finally, now while I was gone this weekend, they brought ours back. So we're ready to start second cutting. We've cut, I don't know how many acres of alfalfa and wheat. And our brand new Swather has maybe 20 hours of most on it. So I mean, overall, we've done really good at keeping the hours low on this machine. We keep joking in the shop every day. I wonder if Deere would give us the same deal right now with this as a trade-in that they were willing to give us earlier this spring. We'd get money back. But right now, I'm gonna go home. I got paperwork that needs done on the computer. I've got YouTube videos need edited. But most of all, I'm just tired of talking to you. I'm sorry, the truth hurts sometimes. It's been a long day. Catch you guys in the next one.